Spyro the Dragon is rated E for everyone 10 and up by the ESRB. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Spyro the Dragon. In the last episode we have completed all of Dreamweaver's. In fact, if I go into our guidebook and go back, you'll see that all of our dragon worlds have been completed to 100%. And now we're on our way
I hope you know Gnasty's world. Are you ready to go?
to Gnasty's world. Before I say yes, it's nothing important. Let's go. Entering Gnasty's world. Because, like, even this, what they did in the original was they transitioned the sky from one world to another. They didn't just keep you in a single sky box. But we fade to black and then come back in. I don't know, maybe I'm just being nostalgic for my past. Anyways, we have the smallest world ever. This is Gnasty's world. Sorry, Gnasty's world. Where are my manners? It is impossible to complete Gnasty's world. And we have a list of all the previous worlds we can go to. Talking to, I did not even pay attention to his name. Oh, he doesn't even have a name here. We're gonna go back to Marco. That is Marco the balloonist. Let's get our first dragon. Delbin.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
You're in Gnasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
Bring him on! I'm ready!
Reach the exit in each of Gnasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Gnorc himself.
So I think what I need to do is actually go out through the return portal. It's not like what I could do before where once I collected 100% I can just go start or bars exit level. I actually have to go through the exit world. So in this episode we are going to do Nork Cove. I think actually, what was my plan for this level? This is actually four worlds, so this is gonna be breaking the formula that we've established. There we go. By doing 4 worlds complete. Looks like we have a couple of enemies. These Gnorcs you ram the metal barrel against and you can blow them up. I think you can also ram TNT barrels. But you can also blow fire on TNT barrels. Let's find out. No, you cannot ram TNT barrels. I thought you could. So do not only ram metal ones. Now, I could approach this guy and flame him, but you can also still just hit him again. Really make sure that there's no... Okay, let's get re-butterflied. I think he's pushing TNT barrels. Okay. So what's over here? Nothing. That guy's holding a TNT barrel. Blow him up and then flame him. What is this way? Nothing. Okay. So we got a bit of Donkey Kong action. Except instead of giant ape, we have Gnorcs. Let's get... Oh, by the way, dragons in Gnasty's world are actually dragons we've already released.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Gnasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Gnorc boots if I were him.
Now, I'm not sure why they decided to go with that approach. There's really no story as to why the dragons from previous worlds are in Gnasty's world. Like, did they follow Spyro to give advice and Gnasty just recrystallized them? I kind of wish there was a bit more story to explain stuff. Because, like, it would help. It would honestly help more than it would hinder. But over-explaining a concept could also ruin the magic of a concept. So that's that guy. Let's keep going. Okay, and we have... Kablooey! Really make sure that there's nothing hidden. So I need to get that one up here to bash this unbreakable iron chest. This defeats them. Got some more Donkey Kong. Okay. Here we are at the top. Align ourselves and bang. Ooh, a couple of ones. Not the most inefficient stage. Also, it's occurred to me now that I've been thinking about this, but Gnasty's world is all water-based stages. And Spyro can die from water. Gnasty's world is actually probably one of the harder stages. In the eyes of Spyro, of course. Okay. Let's set off that TNT barrel somehow. There we go. And burn him to cinders. And we're almost done. It's Thomas again.
Wow, I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
You gotta believe.
So we got all dragons found in this region. I'm still so confused. I feel like they just ran out of dragon ideas. So they just rehashed the ones that we've already saved. Also, the voice acting for that particular one, you gotta believe. The original is actually the superior line, because he like says it so over enthusiastically. Like, it goes from you gotta believe to you gotta believe, and it changes the whole mood of that line just by making it more cartoony. At least that's how I would describe the tone. got the key here. I don't think we've encountered the lock chest yet. But let's check out this way. Ow. Okay, here is the chest, and it, we're almost there. I'm hoping that the last gems are in fact over here. Also, I heard the fly. Kaboom. And get rid of. Kaboom. And eliminate. We're almost at the end. 10 gems left. Right there. As a reminder, the final skill point is to do Gnasty Gnorc perfect. The Gnorc Gnexus, which is why the G's are silent, because then this is Gnorc Gnexus. Gnasty Gnorc Gnexus. So after completing the first stage, we do get access to the second. We get a box of gems. There we go. And now we go in. Twilight Harbor, the second stage. We got more gems from the first one. I'm just watching my puppers. They're nesting. Like birdie puppies, but they're so cute. So this is changed from the original. In the original, these Gnasty Gnorc minions actually used regular guns. And, I mean, back in the day, that was appropriate in kind of the kids' game. Kind of. I'm sorry. Excuse me? Get out of here. We're gonna re-get that life that was shot out of my life. So we got... I don't really know how to dodge these enemies, which is the problem. Make sure that we're all good here. Good. Twilight Harbor is a bit different. As such, you have to think different. I didn't think I'd double jump to fly. These are the ones that I think of who do the spread shot. That's why the smaller one shot me. I thought that they did the spread shots. Someone's obsessed with Splatoon. They must have heard the news about Splatoon 3. We have a dragon here. Cosmos.
Thank you for rescuing me.
Again. I do kind of wish that there was some sort of unique dialogue if you rescued them again. Because, in all honesty, doing that does not take much coding. All you have to do is have an if-else statement of if Dragon was rescued in previous stage, do original dialogue, else do first dialogue. Yeah, I know a little bit about coding. I've done a little bit of coding. I don't know if I told this story. I'm gonna tell it again in case I did tell the story and have completely forgotten that I told the story already. So this is the story about how I designed an RPG game. Well, an RPG simulation game.
Be on the lookout for Gnorc commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
And what happened was, the idea of the simulation game was to build an RPG game, but I did not have the time in the school project to actually build this full, flashy RPG titled game. So what ended up coming out of it was creating a battle simulator. You would pick one of 3 classes, and you could pick a gender, pick a class, and that is your character, so that you can do this battle simulation. And it was a pretty basic battle simulation, I'll give it that. Like, it wasn't gonna win any Video Game of the Year awards. But it definitely was something that was beyond the skills of your basic coder. Because everyone else was doing, like, simple games, like, what would be an example? Move your character, collect an item. And that's how they did their games. Like Pac-Man. They basically did Pac-Man games, and I wanted to do an RPG style game. So I coded it, I built it. I had a friend, actually, it was group, so me and my friend did it. And we submitted this project. And what ended up happening was it broke on the instructor on submission. So he tried to do it and the graphics broke because the graphics were based on code. So instead of having just instead of just having one hair design or one outfit, it was both genders with all of the character styles of all 3 classes you could be, because that's how I built the graphics to be. But they were the graphics the character that you didn't use, the graphics for that character would be invisible, so you wouldn't actually see those graphics. So for this instructor, seeing all the graphics, seeing everything, was a broken game. He couldn't even do a battle because it wasn't letting him design the character. So I got that. He sent me and my friend our grade. It was an F because it was a broken game, and I had responded the same day that is not supposed to happen. Give me and my friend 24 hours. We'll give him a running game file, because when we submitted the game, it was fully functional for us. We had no idea how it broke, so me and him actually had to go in and be like, what broke the game? What is broken on his end that isn't broken for us? And it took us 10 hours of sitting there going over all the lines of code in this box to figure it out. And if you've done coding, you know that sitting there looking at over like, it was over 10,000 lines of code to make it work. Oh, that Gnorc got me. So we sat there, we figured it out, we fixed it, we submitted it the same day he had told us that the game was broken and told us that the game was broken. So we had fixed it and we'd gone ahead and emailed him the correct version so that he had a running version. Why? This is why I hate these machine gun guys. They're the worst. I actually have to go all the way back. Yes, I do. And this was going into the holidays, so this was the last project of the semester. We were now in winter break. Again, same day that the guy told us it was broken, and we had sent him a corrected file. On the first day back from school, I had gone to him and said, so my friend and I went back, we fixed the correction. Did you look at it so that we could get it reevaluated? And he said no. He had 2 weeks to look at it, and he did not spend 1 minute looking at the corrected code. Instead, dang it. Instead, he just ignored it. And then he told me that if he wanted it challenged, we should have told him. I did want it challenged. And then he told us that because it was over 2 weeks since the project was submitted initially, that it was impossible to challenge the grade. Now, I'm furious, and I will never, ever reveal the name of this instructor because I think it's unprofessional. But to also tell your students that they couldn't challenge the grade of a broken game. Oh my gosh. I hate these Gnorcs. That they couldn't challenge the grade even though they technically did. I was furious. I don't even know why I started this story. I totally forget. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. You as well. Get out of here with your Splatoon gun. Get out of here. Okay. Anyways. That was my worst assignment I've ever had done. But it's over. And now we're here. All the way back at Gnasty. Now, I think we only have the 75 jewels left. Right there. So Gnasty Nexus is done. Now we just have to get all the gems here in Gnasty's, in the world of Gnasty Gnorc. Beat him. Which, beating Gnasty Gnorc actually is easy for a perfect run. I think, if it's based on the information that's coming to my mind on how to beat it perfect. He does have a single attack round here. So, first, let's get all these gems. And let's walk through the halls. Because I want to get all the gems first and kind of get this idea of where I'm going. Because this is a rather confusing hall. Especially when you can't see. Make sure there is a gem. Okay. Now let's charge and get him. So we have to get this key. Got it. Now this key is not for the Gnasty Gnorc door, it is actually for this door here. Once again, walking through to get all the gems nicely first. Because this is where the trouble brews. This semi-outdoor area can spell me real trouble. Particularly since the camera doesn't like cooperating. That's okay, let's try again. Get him! Now with this key, we come here. Gnasty starts to run. And we are gonna take it slow. Because he only starts attacking once he's at the end of his route. Which is there. Oh, he's not attacking. I thought he would. So this is where being fast is good, because you actually can't catch him. But what you're after is getting close to him so that you can flame him into the final phase. Now this is also a tough thing, because this is very much timed, and it might not look like it is, but these platforms are rescinding. And there's our skill point. We defeated Gnasty Gnorc.
Sorry I took so long. Almost forgot about you guys.
What about Gnasty Gnorc?
Gnasty Gnorc is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to find.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
That's cute. And that's Spyro the Dragon. It took me a single day to record all these episodes, but it took me so long to get back to it, simply because of the fact that, again, it's technically not my own Xbox One. It is a family unit, one that belongs to my mother, and it's a gift to her, so being able to use it was very nice of her. I really do appreciate being able to showcase games on multiple different platforms. And I was also technically in school, so dealing with consoles that I personally own versus a console that I kind of needed to request time to do wasn't all that convincing to continue this series while I was in school. I was going to bring it up last summer actually, when COVID started, but I ended up not doing that. I ended up starting a new project, which was, I believe, Octopath. No, Octopath started around the same time as this project. I can't remember what I started in the summer of 2020. I have the documentation. I'm sure I could dig it up. Anyways, what was I going to next? So this was a long game to produce in terms of these Let's Play videos. It was a long game to have been produced as well. It has a long history, and if you guys want to hear about it, I'd be more than happy to do. I might be more than happy to maybe try to do a video of such. Oh my goodness, Shakespeare. We're still not done. We're gonna do one more episode, a bonus video for the last of the Dragon's Treasure, because there's still a whole world on it. And yeah, on top of that, in that episode, I'm gonna show the game art that we unlocked by doing the skill points. What else is there to say? It took me a day to record, but I am posting these separate, as you guys have seen. The reason why I did that is so that I have more time to ready and prepare a new series that's going to be coming out after this. So there's plenty of time for me to do all this sort of work, and I hope you guys are all excited for what's to come. Let me think. Oh, my hopes about Spyro relating to Super Smash Bros. Spyro the Dragon is one of those characters that has been reinvented over the years. He is one of the 2 characters that I do hope end up getting a slot in Super Smash Bros. As you can tell from this game alone, he may not have a lot of abilities, primarily jumping, gliding, flame, and roll, and charging. But there's lots of ways to just take those 4 moves and compose a Super Smash Bros. Character for it. Even then, there's still other games in this too. Spyro 2 and 3 give Spyro new abilities and capabilities. He's able to climb, he's able to slam butt. There's so much potential in Spyro to be a Smash Bros. Character. He is one of the 2 characters I would want, the other one being Crash Bandicoot, because Crash as well has had such a resurgence in the past decade. Not even decade, in the past decade of capabilities. So it's full of excitement and fun. If you guys want to play Spyro, I do recommend it. There are many consoles that Spyro the Dragon is available on. He is available on Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation 4. I don't think they're re-releasing the Reignited Trilogy for systems like the PlayStation 5, which I honestly would hope that they wouldn't do that. I'd rather them focus their attention on potentially a Spyro 4, just because Spyro has been out of the picture for a long time. That being said, there are more Spyro games. There's the Legend of Spyro games. Ha! We'll never forget Gary Oldman in that game. I only played one of them, but it was still something that was unbelievable. It's engraved in my memory. Finally, what do I think of Spyro? I enjoyed it. I've had moments where I'm like, that doesn't seem to count. I do wish there was a way to zoom out the camera, like from the beginning of the game. I felt the camera was far too close to Spyro for the majority of the game, and I'm not sure if that was something because of all the graphics that the screen just felt it was too close to him, or if that was the case from all the way back in the original where it felt too close to Spyro then. But it didn't seem right. And then in scenes like the flight, camera control seemed like it was not all that well designed. I felt like I was just up and down in a roller coaster trying to just straighten and get ready to get the objects that need to be flamed. Treasure chests are one of the hardest things to flame, but objects really close to the water, like the boats in... which one was it? Wild Flight. The boats in Wild Flight seemed really notorious to get. But overall, if you can get over some of these camera controls, it is still a well-polished game. The graphics are outstanding. The character models and expressions are beyond impressive. And there was just so much love and care put into this game. I would not be surprised if Bob's for Toys was building a potential new game. Like right here, the team even gave out a special call out to every member. They couldn't name every member, but they gave a special line call out saying special thanks to all the original members of the Spyro Trilogy. I'm pretty sure we're close to the bottom here, because now I think we're in the special thanks. Activision. I'm pretty sure this is the team that does Spyro the Dragon. Crash Bandicoot. Sorry. Crash and Spyro have gone hand in hand in my head for years. So sometimes I just accidentally get them swapped. Even though one's a Bandicoot and the other is a dragon. I'm pretty sure we're coming up to the end. This will be the longest episode. Of Spyro the Dragon. I clearly have longer episodes on my channel. Ever since completing a documentary that is 19 minutes long, but it took me 4 months to complete, I don't want to skip any credits, because this is the team that made the product that you enjoy. Skipping it now after building something of myself feels almost blasphemous. A lot of people clearly put a lot of love and heart into the creation of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I think, if I remember correctly, and my little bubble above is going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this was a 3 or 5 year project in development when it was first announced. Similarly to how Kingdom Hearts was a 13-year development project. Global IT. I didn't think I'd need this much to say. And I already said a lot. Like, I even went into a whole tangent about, like, a lot. Do I have anything else I can mention? I guess I could mention the next project. The next project is going to be one that starts making use of multiplayer. Online multiplayer, to be exact. And I wanted to try to establish a multiplayer game where I'm basically playing a game with someone and they're commentating with me. While it is a complete shift to my norm, considering that I'm 18 Let's Plays into my channel, I figured doing something left field that was different from just posting a live Twitch stream in episodic format would be different. So the next project is going to utilize this idea of communicating and online gameplay. It is still a console game. And this is basically just a building block, because what I want to do is get to one where I can play with multiple people. And we're all talking together all at once. But to get there, I need to figure out the logistics of doing it even with one person. So be prepared for that. At the end of next episode, I will drop a sound hint over what our next project will be, and I might start be doing that with the completion of projects to kind of hint at what the next project will be. Wow, this is still going. Maybe I should skip. No, that'd be mean. Wow. Oh, that was me muting myself. I'm like, did the music just stop? No, just in my headphones. I could probably end this episode here and turn it on in a few minutes and just, we'd still be at it. Maybe I should have done Gnasty Gnorc in the next episode. No, because then half the episode would be this before we even get to quality assurance submissions. That's what QA is, by the way, quality assurance. QA labs. I think we're nearing the end because usually the QA stuff is the last thing to a video game. QA technical requirements group. Special thanks. Here we go. Studio operations. Okay. Supply chain operations. We're back to supply chains? Activision special thanks. This might be it, guys. We might be at the bottom. Audio services. Here we go, fonts. Now we're at the copyrights. Spyro the Dragon, Activision Publishing. Spyro and Spyro the Dragon are trademark of Activision. Spyro 2, Year of the Dragon. No sheep were harmed during the creation of this game. A few Gnorcs, but no sheep. Thanks for playing. I must have missed this in my initial run. That is the Spyro the Dragon team. That's actually really cool. That's a really cool photo. And here we go. The adventure continues. Nearly an hour later. No, that's over exaggerating, but I think that was definitely a 15-minute credit service, which is longer than the credits I put into my own documentary. Anyways, before we even actually, I want to show. So this dragon mouth is closed. And then you touch this magnet.
Gnasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Gnasty's treasure hoard, but the gate will only open if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Now that includes this dragon. Now I'm not sure if it counts or if it's gonna change now that we have him.
Gnasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Gnasty's treasure hoard, but the gate will only open if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Okay, so graphically it does not change its name. And that is going to be the last level. So we're going to deal with that in the next episode. So thank you guys for sitting through all the credits just to get to this point of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed Spyro the Dragon Reignite Trilogy, because in the next episode we're going to be done the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Mash that like button and subscribe if you have not for more Spyro the Dragon content. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.